Hey, Aubrey, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you, Lindsay?
Good. Aubrey, do you know any good hacks? Do you have a favorite hack of, I don't know, health hacks or life
Yeah.
hacks?
There's so many, right? I do have
Yeah.
an interesting hack. I discovered that if you microwave fresh garlic cloves for just 10 seconds in the microwave, then they slide right out of their little skins. I used to have a hard time
Oh,
peeling them out of skin, or I'd smash them to get them out of the skins. And so if you
interesting.
want whole garlic cloves, they'll just slide right out of them if you microwave them for a few seconds. It's a
That
fun
is
hack.
that is so smart. Yeah, because
Yeah.
otherwise it is kind of hard to get the skin off of it and
Those
then you get
papery
garlic.
skins peels off
Yeah.
in like a million little pieces.
And then your hands smell like garlic for 3 days,
That
right?
too. Right, right.
Yeah. So I asked you if you had any health hacks or life hacks. What are we talking about today?
Yeah, we're talking about the word hack. This came up in a recent episode when we said couldn't hack it.
Hmm.
And then we're like, there are so many meanings of hack in
Oh my
English. So we
gosh.
promised this follow-up episode.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get into this because it really is not just related meanings, it's completely different meanings, especially when we get into be able to hack it or to hack it, right? Um
Exactly.
but wow, yeah, all sorts of different meanings for this. So, first, before we get into it, Aubrey, I want to say thank you to some of the people that left a review for our show. Guys, it means a lot to us when we see your reviews. We know you've taken the time to go over, rate, and review the show. I'm seeing a really nice review here from Imran MZ from the US. 5-star review. Thank you to Wuzhu from China. Thank you to Olivia Lemons from the US and Crescent Reviewer from Canada. Amazing reviews, Aubrey.
Thank you
Yes.
for these reviews. We read them. They mean a ton to us. It also helps other people find the show. If you
Yes.
haven't yet reviewed the podcast, please, wherever you listen to podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe.
Yeah, and we'll do our best to read your name out loud on the show. So if you want to interact with us in one sense of the word, go ahead and leave a review. Okay? Good.
Absolutely. Awesome. So let's dive in. Many of the meanings for hack are related to technology, computing, gaming. So we're going to share some of those first.
All right. Yes. Okay. What is the first? So the first one, Aubrey, what would it be?
Yeah. So first is this is a noun because there are a lot of nouns and verbs for hack,
Hmm.
right? So this is a noun that
Yes.
means unauthorized access. So an
Mm.
example sentence, their software detected the hack. So
Oh,
we use
yeah.
it as a noun to mean someone has accessed something illegally.
This is the kind of hack that you do not want.
No,
Right.
no one wants this kind of hack. This is why we don't use Wi-Fi at like a coffee shop in case there's a
Yes.
hack.
Or an airport, even though I still do sometimes. But
Oh,
oh
I know.
gosh, geez, what can
It's
we do?
I
We have to be
know.
careful for sure. I
Yeah,
usually try to use my hotspot at the airport, from your
same.
phone. You do that, but sometimes you'll be like, oh, I get lazy. But yeah, good
I
not to.
know.
Good
Like
not to.
one of these days we're gonna regret it. So.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and then we could also use it as a verb to get, and it is to gain that unauthorized access. He hacked into the government database. Not a
Yeah,
good
so
thing to.
these are very related, right? The
Yeah.
verb is the action of doing the thing, right? So he hacked
Hmm.
into the database. The database has a hack.
Hmm. Love it. Okay, is there another type of meaning here, Aubrey?
Yeah, so also related to technology, there's this noun. It's a creative and often improvised solution to technical problems, right? So, for
Hmm.
example, she came up with a clever hack when the system froze. So, sort of like a
Yeah.
workaround. We'll also use that noun, a workaround or a hack.
Yeah, and that's also kind of similar to the question at the top of the show. You had a clever hack for getting the skin off of garlic,
Yes,
right?
exactly, right? That's a
Yeah.
hack. So, life hack or just a hack in general, it's like a creative solution for something, a shortcut.
Exactly. Or as a verb to come up with a hack. So there's a bug with the software. We need to hack together a quick fix. And that's interesting to put hack
Mhm.
with together, right?
Well,
Mhm.
hack together. Yeah, it's interesting. This is definitely more informal. We'll say, we need to hack this. We need to hack together a fix. We also use the phrase jerry rig. I don't know where that comes from. That's very popular in Idaho. We were putting up a volleyball net the other day and we didn't have the right, clamps and things. So we were
Yeah.
just like trying to figure it out with the ropes. And that's another way is be like, we need to hack together something.
Yep, nice. And then there's still another one, Aubrey. What is it as a
Yeah,
noun?
this one my kids use with video games. This is more for gaming. It's a cheat or a modification. So, my son, for example, learned some hacks on Mario Kart and now he wins every time. So,
Oh,
they're
nice.
not always even necessarily illegal. There's just like certain combinations of buttons that are kind of a
Mhm.
hack that give you
Huh.
some kind of advantage.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. I think, yeah, successful people in life learn this for many way in many aspects of life, right? It's about success. It's about
Exactly.
taking a little extra time to study the game, whether it's the game of life, whatever it is, and take that extra step and be strategic.
Good
Um,
point, right? It's not just video games. There's lots
yeah,
of things where you're trying to find a hack, just like a easier way to do something.
yeah, for sure. Or you could say she hacked the video game to get unlimited lives. Now, this is she cheated the game in a way, right?
Right. This is as a verb, right? So
Hmm.
we can either, the noun is the cheat or modification, the verb is to do that, right? So to use
Yes.
some kind of modification or cheat.
Yes, I love it. So that kind of wraps up this huge bucket of, hack meaning make something easier, be smarter, be quicker, be tougher, shortcuts,
Exactly.
be like
Mhm.
succeeding with a secret that maybe other people don't know. That is one bucket, right?
Exactly. So many different sort of ways to use it, but yeah, all kind of in that bucket. And then the next one is all about cutting or chopping,
Uh
right? We
huh.
also use hack for this verb. He hacked at the tree with an axe. And this
Hmm.
definitely is not like precision slicing, like with a knife. This is like you're hacking at something. It's more like brute force,
Yeah,
blunt
yeah,
force.
exactly. Not very precise. Exactly. They hacked their way through the jungle with the machete. You see on the movies sometimes someone taking a machete and just bushwhacking, right?
Exactly. Yeah, this machete is that broad, heavy knife that you'll
Yeah.
see used to often just clear a path through like a jungle. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. What about cutting hair? Ooh, I don't know if I want the word hack anywhere
Ooh.
around my hair
I
because
know, please no, right? You might say, "I asked for a trim, but she hacked off several inches of my hair." So this
yes.
definitely means to cut, but in sort of a rough manner, or it might be used to
Yes.
emphasize how much was hacked off, like how much was cut off.
So does that mean so if you said that, would I think that you're happy with your haircut or not, Aubrey?
No, I think this definitely has this negative connotation. We use it to mean that a lot was removed and usually not in a way that is really professional and like a
Not
good
in
cut.
a precise way, not in an
Right.
artistic way, right, it's the opposite of what we want. I always thought it would be a lot of pressure to be a hairdresser, you know?
Yeah.
Every time I go to the
Oh,
hairdresser, I think, "Oh, how is she feeling right now with the pressure?" I guess she just gets used to it, right? But
I
I don't
know,
know.
but imagine if people aren't happy with their haircut, that would be so stressful for me. I couldn't do it.
It
Couldn't be me.
would. It would because all you could do is wait for it to grow back. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing or wear
Sorry.
a wig, but most people don't wanna do that, right?
No, right? That's
So
the thing. There's no go back. There's no delete button.
there's no delete button. I mean, even a tattoo, you can have a tattoo removed, right? So in a
Right.
way,
That's
tattoos are less
true.
risky than getting your hair cut. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it does grow out though. Have you ever had a bad haircut, Lindsay?
Yeah, I definitely have. I
It
definitely have.
happens.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
mine, I had one that was really short that was almost kind of like a bowl cut
Oh my
when I was in like 8th grade. I
gosh.
look at pictures now, I'm just like, "Oh, oh no, it's so bad."
Oh, geez. Yeah, luckily hair does grow back. All right, so
Yeah,
so
right.
that hack is cutting something with no precision, with just brute force, like you said. Now, there's a third
Yeah.
use of hack. This is interesting. What is this?
Yeah, it's for a writer. This is a noun. It's a person who produces either mediocre work, especially in writing or journalism. So you might say that writer is a hack. All her ideas were taken from articles I've already read, right? So you're sort of accusing them of shoddy work, of using other people's ideas often.
Yeah, or this can expand out to really anyone that does something poorly. This makes me laugh because I think about my dad used to play tennis and he was never that good at tennis. My mom was better, I was better. We'd play as a family, but he had a lot of self-berating language and he would always like he would double fault and then he would talk to himself and I would hear him say, "You hack." And then blah 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 blah.
That's really
It's
funny. He
so
called himself
funny.
a hack to like that he wasn't
Yes.
playing well.
Yes,
That's really
exactly.
funny. Yeah, it could be that too, right? It's interesting how we use it. It definitely has this like very harsh sound to it. So it
Yes.
kind of makes sense for like chopping. It's a harsh way of chopping, a harsh way of
Mhm.
writing, right? Very unpolished.
Yeah, just really if I think the key term here is mediocre in my mind if we want to expand the term hack
Hmm.
out for someone that does really anything in a mediocre way. I think we could say
Mm,
that.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we also use it to describe a cough. Like a loud hacking cough is not the like quiet little it's like a
Right.
loud the whole everyone in the room can hear it.
For sure. This is what you don't want. You know how when, at least for me, after I'm getting over a cold, sometimes I'll get the
Mm,
throat tickle, and it'll happen at times when just very inopportune moments. Maybe
right.
you're giving a speech and you have a coughing attack. That's kind of hacking, right?
Yeah, and the only way you can really get rid of the tickle is that loud hacking cough.
So
The little
bad.
controlled coughs are not going to help.
Nope. Nope. And so your eyes are watering. I think everyone knows what we're talking
Oh,
about here, Aubrey.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
might say so as a verb is like I was hacking so badly in the meeting that I had to step out. So it's a
hmm
verb, but we also use it as a noun.
Yeah, or like this. He had a persistent hack that wouldn't go away for days. So it's a cough, right?
Mhm. Another way to say cough, meaning like a really loud, harsh cough.
Yeah, so good. Okay, Aubrey, we are back for a role play. And you're right, this is possibly the most diverse word in the English language. So we're going to
There are
see how it
so
comes
many
out.
meanings. Yeah, we didn't
Yep,
these were just the most common, there are quite a few more. And
really.
then the one that we had covered in that previous episode, to not be able to hack it, couldn't hack it,
Oh,
we use that a lot
yes.
idiomatically. So you'll
Oh
have
my
to we'll
gosh.
at the end of the episode, we'll share that one so you can go back if you missed it.
So we haven't even seen all the meanings there are.
Mhm.
That's
Right?
incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we're camping, so fun with friends and trying to split wood for a campfire. Oh, that's interesting. Here we
Yeah,
go.
I'll start us out. Man, this log won't split. I've been hacking at it for 10 minutes.
Oh, I saw a hack online actually. Supposedly, if you flip it upside down, it might be easier to split.
Oh, nice. Thanks. Speaking of hacks, I figured out how to hack Zombie Fortress to get unlimited ammo.
You still play that game?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Who is that hacking inside the tent?
Oh, I think it's Janet. She's had a bad cough for several days. Nice. Yeah.
We got a
And
bunch of them here.
yeah, I really like the way you transitioned and you said, speaking of hacks, and then you flipped it into a totally different meaning, right? Different
Mm.
topic. Really
Yeah, we
interesting.
do that a lot, right? Especially words like this that have multiple meanings. That's a
Yeah.
great transition. Speaking of hacks, and then
hmm
it made me think of that, right? Oh, I figured out
hmm
how to hack this video game, and maybe we both used to play it. Sounds like you don't
Yeah.
anymore. You're a little judgy. You still play
Right.
that
You
game?
still play
Yes, I do.
that. Right, exactly. A little judgy there.
Right.
So you started off by saying, you're there, you've got
I'm trying to
your
split a
you're
log,
trying to
right?
split a log,
Cut some
exactly.
firewood.
Yeah, and you said, "I've been hacking at it for 10 minutes," meaning you've been trying to split it for 10
Yes,
minutes.
right? I'm,
Yeah?
like, hitting it with the axe as hard as I can.
Yeah.
Not precise cutting.
Yes, and then what did I say?
Yeah, you were saying, "I saw a hack online about this. If you flip the log, that might be easier." So this is like that life hack, that shortcut.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And then you said, "Oh, nice, thanks." And then you had that brilliant transition. Speaking of hacks, I figured out how to hack, meaning how to get in, how to hack Zombie Fortress to get unlimited ammo. So you're able to kind of cheat the game a little bit, right?
Yeah, and this is interesting when we're talking about hacking wood, right?
Yeah.
And then you saw a hack online. Oh, speaking of hacks, and I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about a totally different hack, but this is clever. If
It
you're
is
able to
clever.
do this, find a word that has multiple meanings and
Mm-hmm.
transition to something else, like that's impressive. I love when people do that.
Yeah, that's like playing games with the language. We love it.
Yes.
And it builds
So
connection, right? Love it.
And then our last one was, who's that hacking inside the tent? Someone's got a bad cough, and we can
Mm-hmm.
hear them coughing loudly, so we could call that hacking. Who's hacking inside
Yes,
the tent?
for sure. Yeah, I remember during COVID times, there were always lots of comments when someone was coughing loudly, right, in public. There were always judgy comments for sure.
Yes,
Those days are
absolutely right.
over,
It
thank
happens.
goodness. But
At least
yeah,
now we're not quite so worried about their
yeah,
cough getting us sick, right?
yeah, it's true. It's true. Anything else we need to know today, Aubrey?
Yeah. So this is interesting because as we were thinking about this planning, we're like, wow, hack has so many meanings. That might be the most, it might have the most meanings of any word in
Mm,
English.
I thought
So I
so.
looked it up. I tried to find
Oh,
out. And the word set has 430 different senses.
No way.
As a verb, noun, and adjective. It holds the record in English for the word with the highest number of distinct meanings in English. Crazy.
Okay, well,
430, Lindsay. I
Aubrey, we
couldn't
need to
believe
do
it.
an episode on maybe
I
10 of
think
them or maybe
maybe
4
a
of them.
series.
Right. Guys, hit the follow button to make sure you don't miss that episode. We now have to do an episode on that, Aubrey. We have to, right?
Absolutely,
Love it.
absolutely. And
All
if you
right.
missed where we talked about couldn't hack it, that was episode
Mhm.
2432. You can just scroll up. Don't get washed out by phrasal verbs. And that came up. Someone couldn't hack it.
Love it. And guys, yes, that's it. Check out that episode. Don't forget to go check that one out. And a takeaway today, Aubrey. Where should we leave our listeners?
Yeah, there are so many words in English that have multiple meanings like this. They're used as a verb and a noun, maybe also as an adjective. This can be really confusing. So definitely pay attention to context clues to know which meaning is being used. Today's tips will help you know about all of the different meanings of hack, but it always comes down to, right? Don't let something like this stress you out. Yes, words in English have lots of meanings. That
Yeah.
shouldn't keep you from starting the conversation, from connecting in English.
Yeah, it always comes back to human connection, not perfection. Don't let anything get in the way of that. But here we are trying to level up our English, right? And there are ways
Absolutely.
we can do it. I mean, get inspired by when you see this really smart transition, right? Speaking of hacks, using a double meaning of a word and flipping into the other meaning, you can start by observing native speakers doing that and then starting to do it
Yes.
yourself. Okay.
Yes, so clever. I'm excited to
Yes.
see our students doing that in Open
Me
Conversation Club
too.
and all of you
Yes.
guys try it. So
All
fun.
right. Sounds good, Aubrey. See you next time. Have a good day.
Awesome. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.